Hi guys, this is an unplanned restoration project. This is my speedo, and I wanna repair it. I just pulled that nut off over there, and that nut goes in that hole to keep it aligned. So now I need to pull off my oops, see if I can balance it there. Yeah, I need to pull off my headlight, the screws and pull some of the shit off inside of wiring to be able to take it off, and I'll show you that in a second. This is how it looks on the inside. Now I just need to figure out what kind of wire goes in here. Oh, fell off. Doesn't matter. See, I can find it. That one is it. Yeah. Okay, I need both ends of this. Awesome job. Okay. See. As you can see, I got them out of here and was hoping that I could pull it straight off. Instead, this is what I find. So the moron that made this electricity build up in the early days made a fuck up. Yeah. So now I need to cut a wire or two. And I do that by taking my trusty old-time work tool, very precision, like that, very precision tooling, you see, and I simply just snip the wire. I ain't dealing with this shit right now. I'm just gonna do it the right way afterwards. Now I can even see what kind of color needs to go where, and I can reattach it later on with a solder or maybe a male and female plug. Cool. I so surely hope that'll work. I'm sorry about the clutter. This is the only workspace I have up here, and I'm not in my I'm not in the mood for spending an entire evening or night in the basement right now, and it's only small works I need to do, so yep. So the only thing I have to do is try to break this apart somehow, maybe with a stick on a jalapeno on a stick. Yep, that's it. Just using a piece of a handle as a stick. Small sharp bangs is enough to crack bolts like this loose. Hopefully I can take this apart. I so hope I can. Otherwise I'll have to do my modifications right now. And I don't have the money for that, so my modifications is a partially rebuilding or converting my bike. I'm not doing a cafe racer out of it. anything like that. I'm in the process of designing a bigger tank, more forward, more mean looking tank, and probably going to refit lights in the tank and take everything off in front of it and not having anything on the front forks at all. So no lights, no speedo, no nothing. But that'll cost me an arm and a leg, and it would probably be cheaper to buy another bike. But I'm a poor ass, so it actually looks quite nice inside. Only the rubber and the rust from the casing, so yeah, I'll get back to you in a second. Yeah, so looking at this, the only means I can see to get the front end and the rear end off is by prying on this one, and it looks like somebody already pried on it, because I don't think that it would be such an ugly fit from Honda's side. So this probably had some kind of problems before, so I'm very gently trying to pry up a little bit at a time with my Vera screwdriver, very gently, try not to harm it too much, even though it's on the hind side of it, or rear side, or whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this partially and try to see if I can wiggle it out, not do more harm on this metal casing than I actually need to. So yeah, you know the drill. I'll be back in a second again. Oh crap. Yep. And this is 20 minutes later. I successfully was able to pry it off all the way around, and you can see the inside. Now I need to figure out how to get this shitty thing off without destroying it. So maybe it's a pull, maybe it ain't. I'm not willing to take that chance, to be honest. You can see my problem with it. That's the that's the cracked speedo inside, and tiny weeny flimsy piece of plastic. Well, it held up for 40 years or something like that. But it looks to me like somebody already re-glued it, so it must have been cracked once before. And that in my terms spells shit, because now I have to figure out some way to make that stronger, because that won't work anymore. Yeah, need to figure that out. Well, what do you know? This little button actually fits inside that hole. So with the right kind of wiggling, I might be able to simply just scooch that through. I picked up a new word, scooch. Yeah. Ave, or A-W-E. He's fucking hilarious. I really like his videos. I'm laughing my ass off every time. He's using so many fucked up words in a good way, and he's a pretty smart guy, so probably a lot smarter than me. Well, I'm going about this gently, and it won't be that much fun for you to watch, so later. That's about 2 seconds later, maybe 4. It simply slips out of that hole, and this rubber grommet here fits on the outside, so it looks pretty neat. And this is how it looks, how the clockwork looks on the inside. If you can somehow get anything out of that or use it for something. So now I need to pry this needle off without breaking it. Take this one off. I don't know what I need to do. I have to figure this out. Nippon Seiki. Yeah. They did really good on the material. I'm baffled of how strong it is. The materials are really great, and everybody know that plastics ain't that freaking good. Oh, it was glued even there before. It just broke off another place. Shit. That cracks me up. Get it? So, I just been on the internet and tried to find the firm that made the aftermarket plates, and I can't find them, which sucks because they made really nice aftermarket plates, look like original and all that jazz, but I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it has, how do you call it, ripples, or all these sharp corners are beginning to break. So the only thing I can do is scratch it up real good on the back side here, and then put some auto filler on it, because if I show you the watch or the clock, you can see it protrudes from the end, so it'll actually float on these corners, and that's all that actually holds it in. So I think I'm gonna scratch it up as good as I can, get all these markings off and get it down in a plain level, and then put some filler on it and let it harden up real good, and hopefully I can file it down or polish it down and make it good again. I goddamn hope so. So this is my way of trying to do. I have to do this very carefully because, yeah, this is very brittle and delicate plastic. I ain't the most delicate operator with my hands, so I might even be able to put this wood aside, get more space on the other side. Yeah. So that's my job. Any interest in watching me do this for half an hour? Huh? Somewhere on the, well, this is upside down for me. I'm over here and you probably watch it the other way around. Put in the description if you want to see me do this for half an hour, just so I know when I need to stop the footage. I'm aiming a lot again because I don't think about what I'm going to say before I actually say it. That's glue that I need to get grind down. It was glued before, which is the reason for it breaking now, because they didn't look at all the surface edges to see if they were cracked, and they are. So that's a shame. Well, okay. Going back to work. Good thing I didn't turn that off. Now, this is what I'm going to use. This is, in the States they called it bundle, we called it chassis putty or something like that. It's polyester. What's it called? Prestolith Plastics. That's what it's called. But this one has been opened for a long time, so it's not that pliable anymore. And it is for a chassis on a car, so that's steel plating, but it's shit strong. I've used this on cars and motorcycles before, and I am talking engine parts, moving parts. Well, not pistons and stuff like that, but exhausts and flywheels, stuff like that. It's fucking strong. So if you're ever in a clamp where you need to get this shit fixed, if you're in a tight spot and you need something fixed right now, maybe to go to work tomorrow or something like that, try it. Try buying some of this polyester shit. In Denmark, 2.5 kilos of this, I think it's called. No, it's 2 kilos, sorry, of this shit costs under 100 Danish kroners, which is under $20 or 10 pounds, whatever. So I can feel this it's already starting to toughen up, so I need to apply it now before it hardens up, or I wasted my bundle and it stinks. So yeah, it's a shitty job, but somebody's got to do it. I'm not sure if that is the possible way to put it, but you get the picture. This is not fun. I don't think it is fun. I don't believe anybody thinks this is fun. But I have to do it, because otherwise my bike isn't as it should be, and I won't deal with that. Gotta be sure that it attaches to the plastics so the corners won't crack again. That's my main reason for putting this on. It's some kind of fiberglass. Well, no, this is not fiberglass, but it's the same compound that used in fiberglass body filler, except this doesn't have the glass in it. It has something else, and it is really strong. It'll take about 10 kilos to break this afterwards. 10 kilos of pressure. That's how strong it is. So I'm fairly certain that it will hold up for the stress. And that's actually what I wanted to do, hold up for stress and nothing else. The vibrating stress was what cracked it before, so. Well, I'll show you when I'm almost finished with it. See ya. Hi, I'm back. This is the next morning. I would have shown you how to paint the cluster, or what it's called, the casing. But as you all know, watching paint dry is like watching paint dry. It didn't turn out all as good as I wanted to, but it's definitely better than it was, because it was pitted like shit. And here you can see where some of the paint like went away. I even ground it down, that's rust. Because it was pitted very, very badly of rust. And it wasn't pitted here. This is the paint simply going away like if it was treated with silicone or something like that. And that black color is the original, and here is the paint, so it matches quite good. Well, I did it because it was rusted, not because I wanted it to be flashy and black and or anything like that. And this is how the inside turned out of the watch clock thingy. You can see that's the bundle I did. I hope you can hear that it's fairly rough, hard. And I painted this one too because this was really, really badly rusted, and it sits inside a another metal casing that makes it pretty, and that actually looks very nice, except that it's a bit dented, but who cares. Let me show you how that looks. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the inside of the black one. I'll show you that in a second. And this is the yeah, the one that the entire clock sits in. And I thought this was rubber, but this is some kind of it feels like neoprene or something like that. And you can hear that's the rust still sitting in it. I tried to scrape it off, but with no bigger success. So it sits in like this. Just gotta match up the hole inside. As you can see, there is a hole there. Yep. And I cleaned and tried to polish the glass because the outer edge of the glass was all white and scruffy and bad looking, and it was kind of crappy. I didn't want that. Oh, and it had got some notches that I need to fit right together like that, so the hole will be a bit offset. Okay. I'll try to see if I can put the clock inside like I showed you before, just like that. Unlucky. I don't think I am. Ah, crap. Yeah, I got the creamy bastard with a bit of heat. So this is how you do it. This is simply screwed on. So screw you and screw it off. You can see the windings inside, and yeah, so that's simply how you take them apart and put them together. Now it's simply just a matter of merging these two together and lining up the hole inside and putting it in and screwing it on. Yeah. On the other hand, I will bore you with taking it apart. You probably notice it, but you can see the rubber seal has a lip. Maybe I should get all this gunk cleaned off first. You can see it has a lip there, and that has to go over this one, and mine is unfortunately clipped by age. So when it sits on top of this, you don't have to fiddle around with it, just put the other one together and put this metal ring on. I'll show you that instead. See ya. So Operation Figure This Shit Out will return. Somehow I managed to get it on the bottom one instead, because the outer one and the inner one of this is sealed up here with a big rubber hose thingy ring, and this isn't sealed towards anything, so I think what their intention was to fit these somehow together and make the ring between the inner and outer ring sealed, so that the water would be able to get out again from this outer ring, which luckily never ever happened on this one because it was rusted up inside. Something like that. Okay, fuck it.